Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to our sponsored segment. So here, we'll be talking about the Experiencing PR Annual Conference. It's a first of its kind business conference designed to garner insights from business executives on their experience using public relations strategies to achieve the results. Joining us right now to shed more light on this conference is Tolulokwe Olorundero, founder, Nigerian Women in PR. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mariah.
Good to have
Thank
you
you,
on the show with us.
Thank you so much.
So tell us about the Experiencing PR Annual Conference. What is it about exactly?
So when we created the event, when we conceptualized it, the thought was when people are talking about public relations, you think about the media, just like we're here now. And there's very limited knowledge about the impact of public relations and the results, particularly, that PR can deliver to the society at large and to organizations. And so we said, let's bring the people who have experienced PR, who have seen the results that PR can deliver in helping them achieve their business objectives. And so that's why we started this. In 2021, we had the first edition. It was virtual. We leveraged a lot on the virtual experiences we had during COVID because of the lockdown. And so we had the first edition then. Our aim is to platform business executives and public office holders who have used PR strategies to get results. We want them to share their experience so that people like them who are also business executives will be convinced. Because at the moment now, when you're a PR person, you go to an organization, you have to educate the client first, you have to speak a lot of grammar to convince them that PR works, and it's not just about being on the media. And so if you hear your colleague who is a business executive, who is a CEO of an organization, telling you that, oh, my PR consultant recommended that I do this thing and I followed that recommendation and I got the result, then certainly you would want to believe their own testimony more than the person who is trying to sell you a service. And that's why it's experiencing public relations. Come and experience it.
Let's talk about this year's theme, which is Quiet Wars, leveraging public relations for conflict management. What inspired the theme for this year?
Well, so foundationally, any PR consultant, the first thing that you do when you want to provide advisory is to look at the surrounding environment, the business environment, the economic environment where your client is functioning. And for us, we look at global indicators, first of all, to determine what we should be talking about. It's not a fluffy title. There's war going on in Europe, there's war in the Middle East. Haiti, just this week, I think just towards the end of last week, gang wars in Haiti has broken out. And then across Africa as well, from 2021 till date, there's been military interruption in democratic government. And we brought all of that together to say that something could have prevented all of these things. What if the leaders sat together on the table to discuss their issues? What if communication actually is what could have prevented these wars from breaking out? In Nigeria, last year we had the elections. There's a new government in place. New leaders have come up, changes in the heads of parastatals. Because leaders are new, you're working with people who have been there 20 years, 10 years. They are looking at you, you're coming from the private sector, you're coming to government, and it looks like they may be antagonistic, right? And so you must identify those issues quickly and be able to resolve them. It's the same in the private sector as well. And so in our minds, these are quiet wars. It's not something that is as big as a war in Europe or in the Middle East. Within your organizations, there's quiet dissent. People don't like their bosses. And as a leader, you cannot allow that to go on for a very long time. You should identify those issues and seek ways to address them. And that's why they're quiet wars. And so how can you then use public relations and communication strategies to win those wars without it escalating into a real issue where somebody is either fired or nobody likes their boss, or like we see in Nigeria, or like we see in Nigeria, a DG is fired and you have their staff carrying placards to say we are happy. That's a quiet war that was left to fester and it became a real crisis.
Okay. So how does this conference aim to address conflicts in contemporary society?
Well, first of all, I'll allow our speakers tomorrow share their own experience and also give insights as to how they're going to provide advisory to executives. So the way the conference is designed, the first and most important panel for us really is a panel for the business leaders. These are the people who have experienced PR. They are the ones that will essentially sell PR to our delegates. they will share their experience of what PR strategies did they use to win their own wars in their own time. And then we have a second panel that is an industry panel that will then share new strategies. It's 2024. What the strategies you used in 2021 may not work in 2024 and for 2025. So we have PR experts who are future thinkers, who can project to say, these are the likely issues that you will have for the rest of 2024 and perhaps in 2025. And these are the strategies we think will help you to win those wars. Let me not preempt them. We expect people to come tomorrow and come and learn those lessons. It's very important for everyone. We're very passionate about public relations. We believe that in our small communities, within our families, as a government, between government and nations, there are critical public relations strategies and templates that people should adopt to ensure that we live a more harmonious and live within a loving environment and society. So please come tomorrow to come and learn those strategies.
Who are the key speakers and what topics will they be covering?
Okay, we have our keynote speaker. It's the first time that we're unveiling it. Her name is obviously Mrs. Ndidi Onwuneli. She will be speaking as a keynote speaker tomorrow. We also have special guests who will be joining us from the UK and India. The president of the Public Relations and Communications Association, and it's a global organization of 32,000 public relations professionals across the world. He will be delivering a special address tomorrow. We also have the Dean of the School of Communications and Reputation from India. It's the largest of such organization in India. He will also be delivering a special address tomorrow. And then, of course, we have our panelists, including the country manager of British Council. We have someone from, there are so many. we have someone from one of the leading PR agencies in Nigeria as well. I mean, we know about Hilda Bassi, the lady who provided the PR support for her cookathon. She will also be moderating one of the panels. We have the external director of BAT. She will also be on the panel. I mean, we have about 18 speakers. There are so many. And one of the, yes, it's a full, well, we are also very time conscious. We want people to get what they want to get and go back to their work if possible. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. One key thing, let me just quickly mention that we're introducing this year, is an open mentorship chat. So yes, the conversation is focused on public relations, but we are focused on 3 specific things. If you're a young PR professional and you're wondering what is in it for me in this profession, what does my future look like? We have YBO, Yomi Badejo Okusoya, who will be having a mentorship conversation with a young PR professional who probably has 2 years experience. And they'll be having a conversation there. We have a business founder, or the founder of Oriki, for example. She'll be having a business mentorship chat. You want to start a business. How do you think of expanding? What were the issues she had? She'll be speaking to somebody who is the chief of staff for another startup, and they'll be having a conversation on that as well. So it's a full day.
But I've been shocked if you didn't mention YBU, because you can talk about PR in this country. And like, so if you don't mention YBU, then you've not started the conversation.
Well, I mean,
but I'm happy that he's part of this
thank
event.
You so
but women in public relations and their contributions, how will this conference amplify the work women have done in PR?
Absolutely. So again, when we started the organization, one question that was constant was, why women? There's no gender in public relations. Why don't we have men in public relations? And we said there's a lot of labor, right? Just generally also in the society that women put into the profession of public relations that is not really visible. At the moment, we have up to 70% women as young entry professionals in public relations. But by the time you get to senior management, that number has dropped drastically. The women are not speaking out for various reasons. There are societal expectations. You are required to be humbled to silence, right? You can't talk about your achievements on the job. There's demand, even at board management level. You're a PR woman, you still have to fight those quiet wars at that level. And so what our platform does is, you don't have to speak about your results yourself because society expects you to be quiet. Share those results with us. Nobody is going to hold us as a platform, right, to say you should be quiet as well. We want to amplify the results. We are very particular about it's not just celebrating somebody's birthday. It's about the results, and obviously, women have done a lot in building and establishing public relations in Nigeria and globally. The statistics about 70% women making up entry-level positions in public relations is a global statistics. When I started the organization, I thought that, oh, we had very limited women in senior management, leading public relations and communications. But by the time we did our findings and did some research, we found that there were actually as many women as men at the senior level, but they were so quiet. You want to talk about PR, somebody is coming to speak at an event. If it's not a woman-focused event, you will likely not find her on the seat. You'll get the guy who wants to talk about serious things in PR. Where is the woman? And so one way, so while we have our experience in PR event in March, first of all, that is an indication that we're a women-focused organization because we're using our platform to celebrate them, but not just celebrating them because they are just women. We're celebrating them because these women have achieved a lot. We provide our platform, and that's why, for example, in our speaker lineup, it is more than 80% women, very deliberately. It's a deliberate choice to give them that platform. We have publications as well. We have a book also called Experience in PR. It will be launched tomorrow. Wow. It's a collection of articles by Nigerian women practicing public relations in 7 countries of the world. We have a magazine as well, also called Experience in PR, a collection of articles from public relations professionals, both men and women, across the world. We are focused on getting platforms, getting visibility for women practicing public relations in developing economies.
We have to wrap up.
Thank you. You see that I love PR. I can speak on it.
But I have to let you tell us the event day, the time,
Absolutely.
and where to register.
The event is happening tomorrow at the Civic Center. Registration opens at 9:30 a.m. Registration is free because we are very particular that everybody learns about PR. Registration is free, opens at 9:30. Conference starts 10 a.m. prompt. We don't know what African time means. So 10 a.m. prompt, and then we end at 3 p.m. You can please register at www.ngwomeninpr.org/experiencing-PR-2024.
Will there be food?
Well, I mean, we are women.
We got to eat.
Women. Yes, there will be takeaway packs. We have lots of gifts. Thankfully, our partners and sponsors have supported us this year. And so, yes, we will be giving out food packs
Thank you so
at
much.
the end of
It's
the
a
conference.
pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Tomorrow. Okay, let's go on a short break now. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.